Hi guys, welcome to Dubai Property Guide. This is Faizan once again. And in today's video, it's going to be a very different video. And before I start off, I want to thank Ellington Properties for the document that I'm going to present to you today. This is a document that they prepared, but it covers all the developers which are in this particular area. And of course, it covers whatever Ellington is going to offer in this particular area as well. Uh, so this is basically a market overview which is focused on Dubai South. So for those who don't know, Dubai South is an up and coming region within Dubai where the new airport is being constructed and a lot of development is taking place in this particular area right now. Now what is, first of all, we need to credit LinkedIn Properties because we're going to use their document. LinkedIn is one of the premier developers in Dubai. They're a boutique developers. Their supply is very limited, but there is a huge demand for their products because they deliver a very luxury product in the market, and they're one of the top developers in Dubai. And they are coming up with a new launch in Dubai South, which we're going to discuss a little bit as we move forward. But this is a general overview of the region of Dubai South area as a whole. So without wasting any further time, let's see what is the market in Dubai South currently. So as you can see from my screen, this is the market overview for Dubai South. Now, this is the 2040 master plan that is created by the government, and with the focus, when we're focusing on Dubai South, so what we see is that uh, you would see that there is a lot of industrial area. Then there are residential districts which are assigned. There is a multi-sector center, a tourism center within the region. So basically, this all is what Dubai South is. We're going to look at it in detail. I'm not going to focus so much on this document because we have a clearer picture as we move to the next slide. But this is the overall master plan where you can see the airport, you can see Palm Jebel Ali over here. This is the whole tourism which is going to attract tourism. This is an area which is going to attract tourism. The purple area is which is designated for industry. Then you have open spaces and parks. This is the new airport. So it's an overall master plan of what the government has in mind. And if you by 2040, the regions or the areas or the industries that the government wants to focus are basically aerospace, aluminum and fabricated metals, 3D printing, solar production, biotech, pharmaceuticals, logistics. So it's a host of things that the government plans to focus on within this region. Now, this is a very detailed and a very good map of the region of the area, which I think we should definitely focus on. So as you can see on the right side of the screen, there are areas which are marked as from 1 to 10. So we're just quickly going to go through them. So number 1, which is this part, is the Dubai South Residential District. This is where most of the buildings are. This is where MAG has already delivered project. This is where other Dubai South projects are coming in. This is also the area where LinkedIn is going to launch their particular building, which they've announced already and for which EOIs are being collected. It is right opposite Grand Polo Club and Resorts, which is in MR community. Then number 2, this is Expo City. Now this is where the Expo Center is. This is where MR Expo Living is. So this is that part. Number 3 is South Square by Dubai South, which is this region. So South is basically Dubai South itself is a community. There are people actually living over there. It's a very high and in demand community. Apartments come and they get sold out within the first day. Same goes for townhouses, but this is a community which is known as Dubai South, which is within Dubai South region of Dubai. Um, so South Square by Dubai South. Then number 4 is MR South. This is the golf course community by MR. This is the only golf course which is over here in this area. Number 5 again is Azizi Venice. Azizi is heavily investing in Dubai South. There are lots of buildings coming over there. Around 3,500 apartments is what we hear, but this number might increase. Then you have at number 6, there's Discovery Dunes, which is villas. Number 7 is BT Properties. This is a new developer. It's a Pakistani developer which is investing in the South region. They have apartments as well as villas. Then number 8 is Samana South Hills. This is the project by Samana in the south region, which is somewhere around here. Number 9 is Damac Riverside, which is right adjacent to Grand Polo Club and Resort. And number 10, which is right down at the end of Dubai, it is Jebel Ali Hills, which are again villas by Miras. Almost all of them are complete. Some of them are being handed over in the next couple of years. But this again is a developed area. So E11 is one of the closest roads to the Jumeirah beach. This is E11, which is the famous Sheikh Zayed Road. This is where your red metro line is running, which you see if you visit Dubai, you would see the metro. This is where it is running. This is E11. E311, which is this, is Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, and this, which is not probably marked, is E611, which is Emirates Road. So all these three are the main highways of UAE. In fact, not just Dubai, but of UAE. And you can see that the south region has access to E311 and E611, which is the Emirates Road. So it is again a very easily accessible area even today without the construction of metro and all those things. It is still a very accessible area. So let's move to this slide. Now, this is a very interesting slide because this shows the future plan that Dubai has. Now you can see these dotted lines over here. So this dotted line, this is E611 as I pointed out. On this E611 is where you're going to have your Etihad rail, which is a rail which is going to cover different, which is going to connect different Emirates, and they're going to launch their passenger side by 2026 because it's ready, it's working. But by 26 they're going to launch it, and it is going to directly come towards this residential district in Dubai South. So again, it is very well connected. This brown metro line is the main line which is going to connect Dubai South within. It is also connected directly to the red line, which is over here. So you can see that this brown line, brown metro, is the main line, and then the green line is connecting DWC, which is the old airport, which is an express line. It is going to connect it to the new airport. But these are all future plans. Work hasn't started on it except on the Etihad rail. Brown metro line is expected to be completed, if I'm not wrong, around 2030, 2032. But again, groundwork hasn't started yet. But once it starts, it will be completed as soon as it is committed to. So now this is the Dubai South residential complex. Now I've mentioned earlier the main projects which are coming in the south region, as we saw in this particular slide over here. So let's look at those projects one by one because this is something which is very important. So Azizi Venice, the launch period was in last year 2024. Expected completion time is around 27. There are 3,438 units, different buildings, different towers. Payment plan is of 50/50. The average per square feet price is varies from 1,500 to 1,700, and you have your studios which are around 2,100, and then your 3 bedroom around 32, 2 bedroom around 175, and 1 bedroom around 1,092. So a lot of accommodation coming in over here, which is Azizi Venice, this 5. Okay, then Damac Riverside, again this is closer to it is almost central. Completion is 28. Some of the projects will be completed by 29. Total number of units are 5,500. It's 70/30 or a 60/40. It's not an 80/20 payment plan. It's not correct. The average per square feet price is around 1,500 to 1,800, 1,750. Um, Around 1,000, 4,000 bedroom, and around 1,500 bedroom. Riverside is going to be the community which is going to have an artificial river in between. We're going to get a new launch over here. One bed would be starting from around 1 million, and it will be around 750 square feet, but a new building is going to come over here. Then Samana Hills, which is again in the south. Expected completion is 28. You have post handover payment plan on it as well. This is the cheaper option comparatively. You get 20 around 1,300 to 1,600 dirhams per square feet, and again it is heavily focused on studios which are starting from around 634. Then comes the two main projects, the latest projects by Emaar in this area, in Emaar South. Again, the completion is in 27 and 28. 80/20 standard Emaar payment plan for both of them. Of course, it's Emaar. You expect the average price per square foot to be slightly higher. So this is average is 1611. This again is not 1574. It is slightly more than that, but you can see that the supply is not that much. So most of these things are one beds are already sold out. There's nothing available in inventory. You might get something in secondary market at an inflated price, but two beds and three beds are still available, and this is a very good investment opportunity. Why? Because they're an MR product and they are in the golf course community. What is missing from this particular slide or this particular table is Expo City and Expo Living, which I am very interested in personally, which is over here. It is closer to the new airport. Um, it has a red metro line coming through here. You have a station right over here, Expo Living metro station. Plus, sorry, the good part is that the two bedroom is the cheapest that Imar is offering right now. It is around 2 million. And we're going to get a lot of short-term and long-term rental over here, because the plan is, which we're going to discuss in the coming slides, that this is going to be the world's biggest exhibition center. So you can safely expect a lot of short-term rentals over here. So this is again a very good product by Imar. More buildings are also expected to come over here. Then you have the last one, South Square. Again, it's sold out. It was by Vassal. And then there is BT Properties, Wada, which is their project. 85% of it is sold out. Around 1100 to 1600. They're new entrants in the market, so it is expected that the prices will be slightly towards the lower end. And again, the unit mix is very, very small right now, because they have launched a new building just now. Availability is there, but it is a good product to invest in. The only thing is that it is a new investor, a new developer. So the average price per square foot, and we are going to see this across studio, one bed, two bed, and three bed. So let's look at these different projects. So you can see the average price per square foot in South Square, which is sold out, was around 1450. In Samana is 1600. Damac Riverside, again, it is 16 to 1700. Sold out. South Golf Verge sold out. Azizi Venice, it's around 1700. Why? Because um, it's a good developer. Plus, they're making a whole community over there. So of course the price is slightly higher. And then of course BT Properties, as a new entrant, its price is the lowest, which is around 1300 dirhams per square feet. Um, and as you can see from over here, sorry, the three bedrooms for Imar are most expensive, followed by Azizi, and then of course South Square. Now, why is Imar more expensive? Because A, it is Imar. Their three bedrooms are a very good size. It's a golf course community, and of course it has a better resale value. It is more livable, and you can see that there are not lots of three bedroom options available. Like, Damac Riverside views, you don't have any three beds. Samana Hills South, you don't have any three beds. Dubai South, the quantity of three beds is not a lot. You can see over here, it's just 114 units. So this again, as a top developer, their demand becomes very, very high. And of course, the price is higher as well. So let's look at the unit sizes. The average sizes, you can see Samana South is the smallest size, is the one bed, around 670, the biggest unit. Riverside Views, it goes up to 1051, but it is expensive. As soon as you touch the 1000 with Damac, the price goes up by 3 to 400,000. The starting, which is around 1 million, would be around 675 to 700 square feet. And between 1 and 1.5, you would find apartments for 700, 750 square feet. Imar South, 821, no, it's the average size was around 750 to 800. And then ZZ is the size of the studio, which is around 340, which in my personal opinion is very small for even a studio apartment. But because they are the market They're the big market players when it comes to studio, them and Bengati, and Bengati is not there in the south right now, so they're getting away with it, to be very honest, because the size is in my opinion really small if you want to live over there. Now here they've added their own project as well, which in my opinion is a very good option. Why? Studios are the biggest studios that are on the offer. You can see over here, they're 432 square feet. One bed is a very good size. It is with a powder room. 781 square feet. Two bed again, good size, 1160. Three bed, relatively smaller if you compare it with MR, but still it's not a bad size. 1500 square feet is okay. But still, I think that their one bed size is absolutely is really good. It is more than what MR is offering. It is more than what the Mac is offering. Even Samana certainly. Uh, and then you can see from others as well. So what is the rental analysis? Now you can see from this slide, this is self-explanatory. You can see that every, like, the renewals and the newer contracts are slightly higher, which is expected, around 10 to 15% higher for all of the bedroom configurations. And you can see from 23, 24, and 25, as the supply is increasing, we're getting new, we're of course getting more renewals. That means that it is sustaining its renewals, and we're getting new contracts as well, which means that the number of contracts is newer contracts registered is also increasing, and this is year to date up till 2025. It is certainly expected to beat 2024 very easily. So what are the main demand drivers when it comes to the south region? So number one, it is a logistics corridor of the world. You're going to get the world's largest airport over there. Along with it, you're going to get a logistics district, which is going to be the biggest in the world, which means for freight forwarding, for warehousing, it is going to be a hub. Etihad Rail is going to connect the entire UAE. We're going to have two metro lines and Jebel Ali free zone, which is water. So air, sea, and water, all three are interconnected in this small part of the world. It is a very good location, strategic location as far as the airport itself is concerned, or overall the Dubai South Residential Complex is concerned. It is almost at the center of Abu Dhabi and Sharjah. So again, a good area. Number three, it's business travel. As I mentioned earlier, Expo City is going to become the world's business hub. Why? Because it is going to have the world's biggest convention center. So, sorry, I'm just not well today. So, we're going to see lots of conferences, lots of exhibitions over there, which means higher short-term rentals, more short-term rentals, and it is expected to be hosting around 600 events every year by 2033, which again is a very good number. The airport is expected to be completed. Complete transfer of operations is expected to be done by 2032, which is complete. You're going to get partial transfers, but complete would be done by 2032 to 2034, anywhere in between. So why Ellington? Because we're talking about Ellington. This is a presentation made by them. Because Ellington, as I mentioned earlier, is one of the premier developers, and it is their first launch in this particular area. So it is certainly investable. Then, of course, you have your hospitality and short-term rentals over there, because you're going to have a business hub, a logistics center, a business center, a golf course. So everything is going. Dubai South in itself would become an area of entertainment and living and business. And last but not least, because of the airport, we're going to see an increased number of jobs in the area, which means that more and more people would want to stay in this particular area. So I don't want to make it a very long video. It is already 20 minutes. But the overall or the summary of this whole presentation is that Dubai South is the area to invest. Top developers like MR, LinkedIn now are investing over there. Now is the time to invest. There is no point in waiting up till the airport is done, because that is where the capital appreciation would start to plateau. We need to invest now if you want to reap the benefits 3 to 4 years down the line. We're going to, every developer is offering very good payment plans. There's still very good options available. If you're interested, you can see my contact details. We can discuss this, all of this and more over WhatsApp or over a call. I'm just a call away. Have a nice day and thank you for your time.